Hey everyone, welcome to Inside Out, the podcast.
Where we attempt to get what's in your head out.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Feels fucking strange now that I'm on a Zoom call. You may be wondering who I'm with a Zoom call with, right? And it's your one and only, Oisín. Say
Let's
hello, Oisín.
go. Let's go. What's up, guys?
As you can see, Oisín has a different type of hairstyle right now.
Yeah, I got a haircut there last week, so my head's feeling a bit bald, but we're gonna get
You're
through
getting
this
old.
podcast like there's no tomorrow.
Hmm.
So yeah, so what we were thinking about doing was any kind of controversial or trending topics that we can't really talk about while we're in the center. We can talk about them over a Zoom call
Zoom,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because we want to be polite anyways for the stuff that we're using in the college, so
yeah, exactly.
luckily we can be at home and doing it. So
In the comfort of our own home as well, man.
true.
We don't have anyone coming in bothering us, fucking, whatever it is,
And if I'm just gonna say this, if this ends like fucking in 40 minutes, we can just edit back. We can can just make another one.
exactly.
So anyway, the first thing that we're going to be talking about is like basically things that are trending.
Yeah.
So, or what happened during the week for us.
So Martin sent me a message today saying that the well-known news account,
News Daddy.
News Daddy, or Dylan Page, as it's known as, that he was banned or blocked off TikTok.
He made a video about it actually.
That's
on
news
his
to me.
Instagram.
That's actually news to me, man. I didn't hear anything about that, which is weird.
It's fucking strange that happened because I can't he didn't. It says community protocols or something.
Yeah.
He done something bad on his community, which he doesn't fucking do.
Would it be any chance that he went on the Sidemen show on Netflix? Would it be anything to do with that?
No, it can't be.
I think so as well.
He got eliminated fucking the very first time. He got eliminated.
Yeah, exactly.
And I lost my glasses. Oisín already knows.
Yeah. So, you want to talk about that or no?
Ah, fuck it. I might as well.
So,
apparently I lost my fucking glasses on the fucking bus. And now I'm waiting for... I still haven't got a message about him yet.
Man, that's something else.
I fucking hate it. I hate Green Bus, if you're listening, or if you're even watching. Or I don't know if anyone is watching from Green Bus.
If there's any Irish transport services watching this, let's just put it like this, yeah. First of all, make sure there's a customer support number anywhere. Online, whatever it is, right? On your website, whatever. And make sure there are dedicated employees running them phones.
Answer the goddamn phone.
Exactly.
And don't make me wait for a fucking week to get if I find out my glasses are there or not.
I remember my boy Martin was on the phone for like trying. He was like, "Yo, can I use your phone?" I was like, "Yeah, man, of course, yeah." I went on my phone, 6+ times. Yeah, he tried ringing the Green Bus service or the Dublin Coach or the Dublin Bus, whatever people call it.
They need a lost and found number.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I rang them 2 days after. Then one of them answered and they said, "Oh, you need to fill out the form." They never said like, we're checking the lost and found. I'm pissed off.
That's just so dumb. That's just such a dumbass fucking reason,
Yeah. What anything else happened this week? I can't really think of anything.
I think that the anxiety song is kind of slowly dying off.
Yeah. I used to love looking at nearly every fucking edit of it.
I'll say this, right? It's a good song, right?
Yeah.
And coming from a person who deals with anxiety daily, I relate to the song, you
Me and
know.
Esther are planning to make me and Esther are planning to make the fucking a video of doing it.
Yeah.
She wants me to do a fucking video for her.
Oh, that trend.
Yeah,
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
might be another TikTok out there in a few weeks or that. You might see me dance to anxiety,
Maybe,
which I'm
maybe.
don't want to do.
As I say, I know this isn't, there isn't one for girlfriend, right? But this is
Mhm.
how the line goes. Happy wife, happy life.
True, true.
Get me? Yeah. I know Esther isn't your wife, but
Yeah, but we are going to get married soon.
yeah, of course, of course. You know.
Okay, guys, I have news. And I'm getting married this year.
Way!
I'm joking. I'm not getting married this year. If someone from Esther's look at this, don't think that I'm going to get married right now. Oh,
Screw you. Screw you, man. You got my hopes up. I thought you were going to get married this year, fam.
shut the fuck up.
I was like, bro, this guy, yeah, I'm like, I better be his best man, yeah.
First I have to get a job, and then I get
Yeah,
married.
true. And what about is it true that you have to get the father's blessing?
Well, nearly everyone has to get a father's blessing, right?
I don't know.
But
Maybe.
you're not gonna ask.
I'm just gonna say like, is it cool if I marry your daughter? Like, that kind of thing. Or is it like
Oh, Sheen, that's fucking weak.
I'm gonna say this, like I'm like, yo,
Fucking weak that is.
yeah, I get, shit income every week. I don't
Mhm.
get, a lot of money, but I mean I survive, you
Yeah.
know. Um I could save up and I actually found out over the weekend, yeah, I found out yesterday, yeah, that my girlfriend's ring size is the same as her mother's ring size.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I can just ask her dad, right?
hmm
What like
Ring
he
sizes.
likes,
Okay.
ring sizes, and then I can just like go and pick whatever she likes with that size.
Anytime soon?
I don't know, maybe a year or two. I don't know.
Okay. Hopefully.
Be like when we're 2 years together. I don't know,
Okay.
3 years together, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Alicia, if you're watching, hi.
Yeah, hi baby. Um.
Hello.
So yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that's trending this week, or is that everything?
I don't
There
think of
hasn't been
anything
really like there hasn't been like something like that went popped off crazy. I'm trying to think.
inside. That was fun.
I don't think there actually was. I don't think so.
I can't think of anything.
Right. So let's get to the exciting
Oh,
segment
here we go. I'll do this.
of the of the of the of the episode,
Okay,
which
so today we're going to be talking. Now, this is where we get to the good part.
yeah, exactly.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories.
Oh,
Right. So before we get into any conspiracy theories, right, as I've posted on my social media, yeah, these are only cues. These ain't facts. These ain't cyber attacks on anybody who isn't interested in this topic.
I hate conspiracy theories.
These are just things that Martin kind of likes certain conspiracy theories, but he
Not
isn't
that
a
much.
he isn't a huge believer in them, right? And it's my job, yeah, to change his view on it, yeah, because
You
conspiracy theories
won't.
are real, yeah,
You
and
won't.
they exist,
You won't.
they do.
I won't.
So so I was thinking, right, that today, since it's our first kind of episode online, you could say
Bullshit.
that we talk about the XXX kind of connection with the Super Bowl and Easter eggs and shit like that. I know you're a fan of the halftime show.
I am, yes.
You know, because I know you like Kendrick Lamar, but
Mm.
Kendrick threw in a few secrets, that X fans and Drake fans picked up on, you know, and there was one of the most popular theories is that they were dancing in the X, right? That's the first letter X, with two of Drake's X's, which is XXX. And they were dancing in the letter X as well.
Oh god.
Right, the second one is, yeah, now this
That
one's kind of
that
interesting,
does sound good.
right?
If Kendrick was going at Drake for that, I'd be very impressed.
The second part of this theory, right, is that yes, they were dancing in the letter X. Yes, Kendrick brought on two of Drake's exes.
Okay.
We already know Drake had a connection with the murder of XXX because two of the guys that he hired, right, that he supposedly hired, right? I gotta do the in quotation marks because man, there'll be some people out there flip farming this. Supposedly, right, in
Hmm.
connection with X's death or Josh's death, and he was also talking about the other X, Xanax,
Okay.
right? So you have the letter X, you have two of Drake's X's, then you have Xanax, right?
Where
What
the fuck
is,
does Xanax kick
yeah,
in?
what is, yeah, 30, the number 30 in Roman numerals?
XXX.
I ain't gonna even look at you when you say this. Say it again, brother.
X X X.
Exactly. Exactly.
Where the fuck does oh wait, yeah. Roman number
Exactly.
7 beige, drop it like it's hot. Fuck.
Exactly.
I'm
Um,
gonna fucking murder you in a few minutes.
right. The last part of the theory, right? So the two guys that were involved with X's murder, yes, they were all of them were sentenced and are currently in jail. Two of them came out and wanted a re-sentence because they were given more information on the case, and which I thought was really messed up, right? Coming from a fan of X, right? When X was shot, right, people automatically started taking videos of his lifeless body and posting it on Twitter, right? You
Don't
might
tell
be
me you're gonna
thinking,
put X's Twitter now.
right, now you might be thinking, right, where the fuck does this, come into the theory, right? The day X died, right?
Uh-huh.
The day he died, fam, right?
Okay.
What did Drake release? What song did he release?
I have no idea.
God's Plan,
Did he?
right? Where did X go? Where do you go when you die?
God.
Heaven.
I know.
And then God, God's plan, heaven, right?
How are these
Another
all
part,
connected?
right? Another part, yeah.
I think my baby just committed suicide.
Another thing which is weird, God's plan, the music video was shot
Mm-hmm.
in Lauderdale,
Okay.
Florida, where X was
Killed.
and from.
Now,
So people can't say, "Oh, it's the camera messed up." But shut the fuck up. All right, I know Lauderdale, right? I've seen videos of X go around, right? And you're like, "Oh, but still, it could be a glitch in the camera." Bro, you're telling me, yeah, a camera can glitch, yeah, to a state in America, not even a state, right?
camera can glitch in space as well, Oshin.
Bro, don't even go there, fam. Right? If you want to talk about space theories, yeah, I will talk to you about space theories.
Come at me then.
I know a lot of space theories, right? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the UFO theories as well, weren't you?
Yeah, because I fucking think they're dumb enough.
Right. So coming from a UFO believer, of course, and non-believer Martin,
Huh?
um, we have to go all the way back to the year 1947, where the very first case of UFO or UAP activity was
Just a just a quick thing. I'm gonna be back in a minute.
okay.
You can talk to the audience
Okay,
if you want.
I'll keep talking. I'll keep talking. Right. So we got to go back to the year 1947, right? 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico, the very first UAP slash UFO evidence slash, I won't say footage, but there was a picture taken of it. Um, it was kind of the very first kind of, you could say, evidence of UFO activity, extraterrestrial activity, et cetera, et cetera. All right.
That was
So,
all the crappy stuff that Ushin was talking about space
you,
theories.
you 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 didn't miss much. You didn't miss much.
Were they bad?
I was just getting into where it happened. So, then we go on to Area 51, right? Area 51 came out 10 years ago, maybe, right? And they said, oh, yeah, we have some weird things here. We don't know what it is, but yeah, we do have weird things here. And then the people got interested. They were like, well, what the fuck, would they be holding, right? Long live a man called Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar comes out on the Joe Rogan experience. Shout out to Joe Rogan, by the way. I like this guy,
What's up,
right?
Joe?
Joe Rogan comes out and he says, basically invites Bob Lazar onto his show, and they start talking about how he was a engineer of some kind in Area 51. I'm not going to get into that because there's an episode on YouTube. You can just watch it and listen
Oh
to it.
yeah, give me that one about that ball throw. Remember?
Oh yeah, right. So, um, Bob Lazar
Go
was
ahead.
working, I'd say maybe kilometer to a kilometer and a half away from the main hangar of Area 51 in a little kind of like a small little prefab, you could call it. And
Where scientists
basically
go.
he was working in there with this other scientist
Mm-hmm.
and scientist slash engineer, physics engineer, and they were basically taking little samples from this craft that they supposedly found, right?
Or
That was that
was it
was that was
was it a craft or was it just metal?
yeah, it was a craft that was in one of the hangars, and
Did they have a picture of it?
they
No.
do have a photo of it. They do have
Okay.
a photo. So if you want to insert it, we can insert it here.
Okay. So apparently this is a sketch because he didn't have a camera on that day. Okay. Then why you wouldn't? There might be a lot of cameras there, but so this sketch, right? That's my point in video, but just to let you know, sketch, sketch. Okay. You send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah. Okay.
Now look at
So
that craft. It looks like shit, or it might be good. I
so
don't know.
so this is what the craft looked like that Bob and this other guy was working on, this other scientist. Um, yes, there was um baby figures that came out of this UFO, or craft, whatever you want to call it, this spaceship looking thing, and they were great. Right now, there's three different kinds of alien species out there. There are ones called the all grays, the all whites, and um
They're green as well.
the reptilian kind, right? And basically, the reptilian kind is supposedly living among us, basically, right? And
Bunch of bullshit.
anyway, let's get back to Bob Lazar, right? So Bob Lazar, this guy was working on this craft one day, and they found this tennis ball kind of shaped object.
Hmm.
So they took it in, thought nothing of it. This was the late 70s, I believe it was 1978, 1979. So technology wasn't the greatest back then,
Okay.
especially if you were trying to look into, foreign objects, that people didn't really understand or, try to look into, like, try and break it down and see what's actually inside of this thing, right? So they leave it over beside one of their petri dishes, which is a kind of a dish that scientists use and shit. And they use it, say this is the workspace, and then
Okay.
the petri dish is on it, and this tennis ball shaped thing is on the petri dish.
Okay.
So the guy says, "Oh, there's a weird like force field thing coming away from this thing, right? It was like something was activated when they put it onto this petri dish, and whatever was absorbing its energy was making this like force field around it, right? Now it wasn't visible, but he could feel it. It was like if you look at the back of an airplane or whatever, and it's like distorting like the look, it's just basically the fuel coming off it and the fuel mixing with the air, and then
Might
what
be the
are you looking at,
heat.
and it distorts the
Might
view
be
on
heat.
life.
Might be heat.
So
It might be
what do you
heat
say?
off the. It might be heat. Like,
Yeah, they're the whatever. I don't know exactly.
oh,
I'm not.
so now you're saying that the force field is heat. So when he saw it, it was heat, huh? Ah,
Well, I'll
you
get into it,
debunked your
right?
thing.
I'll get into it, right? You're kind of after stumping me there, but I'll talk to you about that in a bit,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the other scientist says to Bob, "Oh, you should throw something at it, right?" So he picks up a little ping pong ball and he throws it at this force field thing, and he's like, "That's weird. It bounced right off it, right?" And then
You know
he's
what bounces off of things? Balls. And they go bouncy, bouncy.
yeah, but it's weird when you throw something that hits off this inanimate object, right? That they can't see, right? They can't see. It's like this thing being on my desk. I couldn't see it, but if I threw something at it, it would bounce right back, right?
So are you saying that this thing was invisible?
Basically, yeah. But they could feel it.
Well,
They
how
could
in the
feel it.
fuck did they fucking get it onto the Petri dish? And they saw, ooh, there's a force field on it. Ooh.
No, so the device was they were able to get the device onto it, right? It was
Okay,
it was it was an actual device. But
okay.
what was coming off of this device was this electrical wave field, basically,
And
right?
also, when you think about it, right, there's also when you throw something like at a wall, it bounces back. If you throw something at this object, it would bounce back.
Yeah, but how can you basically explain an inanimate object that we cannot see bouncing something back in the exact same direction and the exact same speed as you threw it?
First, you said, right, you could see it. Now you're saying you can't see it.
You can see the device, but you can't see this electrical wave field or whatever the fuck you call it coming off it.
But you could fucking bounce the shit off it.
Maybe let's leave it up to the scientists, eh?
I'm about to freak the fuck out.
And then we go on to the film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and
Just based off of fucking aliens.
I know Martin's a film fanatic and he likes
Oh, I've
film.
seen it. I've seen that movie.
So you basically know what
Yeah.
the the story is about.
Yeah.
So that
Is that based
them
off a true
films,
story?
right? Them films are actually based on a phenomenon that happened during the late 90s, right? From the 70s to the late 90s, called the Phoenix Lights. I'm going to insert a photo of these Phoenix Lights right here. So that's what the Phoenix Lights look like. Now, the Phoenix Lights, in my opinion, are the most, in my opinion anyway, the most solid proof of UFO extraterrestrial UAP proof there is out there, right? First of all, you have to think about it. It was from the late 70s to the late 90s. The technology from 20 years, right, wasn't the greatest, right? Yeah, the speaker camera came out and the speaker phone and all this, yeah. But
I looked up the fucking thing
yeah,
inspired by real life witness testimony.
yeah, yeah.
Bullshit.
No, I swear to God, man, I don't. When I come on these podcasts, yeah, and yeah, it may sound creepy or weird or in whatever, but I'm telling you the truth, man. Yeah, I'd never come on to any podcast or interview or whatever and bullshit my way through it because that's just a sellout and a BS of a person, right? When I come on to your podcast, I just tell the truth. I don't, BS my way through it because, as I said, that's just selling out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you go on,
Wait 1 minute.
say, up until 2004, and 2004 brings the Tic Tac video, which is a well-known video. I'm going to insert that video right here. And that video, as you've seen, was taken from an F-16 fighter pilot from 2004. Now, this fighter pilot has went on multiple podcasts and talked about his story on multiple occasions, and I think it's one of the most.
You have a special guest here right now. A fucking dog.
Oh, we got a special guest. We
Look
got a
at
space
that.
dog.
Oh,
We got a space dog.
he's a cowboy fucking dog. Some.
He's a nice dog, man. He's a nice dog.
What do you think about the UFOs?
You think they're real dog?
Nothing. Okay,
What's your testimony?
go on. He has nothing.
You need a lawyer?
Do you want a lawyer?
You gonna talk or do you need a lawyer to talk?
I think he needs a lawyer.
Okay.
His lawyer needs.
I'll hire him a lawyer.
You're the testimony for him.
But yeah, so 2004 was
A weird year.
yeah, because these cameras were starting to be put onto these fighter jets because
Here. If you're going to talk about a fighter jet and they're going to be and their cameras are fucking like it goes from here to here, right?
yeah,
Fucking glitch, mate.
bro, so there's not an object. We don't have technology, right? We don't have technology that can go from here, right? At say
Oh, your meeting will end in 10 minutes.
the so the yeah.
We can just do another one.
So you're telling me, yeah, that there's there isn't and we don't have the technology, right, to make a plane or a car or a boat or whatever kind of vehicle, right? A helicopter, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
F-16 fighter pilot, fighter jet. We can't make it go from going this way to go be going that way straight away. That's just great.
You know what can fucking make that happen? A little
you're saying that a Tic Tac shaped.
This is 2004, Roisin. Think about the technology back then. They were
Yeah,
shy.
it wasn't the
A
greatest,
Nokia.
but
A fucking Nokia was made.
yeah, it wasn't the greatest, right? I will agree with you on
Think
that.
about all the fucking camera work that had to do. And there might have been a glitch in the fucking thing, right? Where it goes like, here, oh, and then here, right?
I'm gonna have to argue against that, bro, right? Because there isn't a glitch in the camera, yeah, that can make a Tic Tac shaped object. Yeah, as I said, go from this angle to this angle straight away. It's just not possible, man. I'm not trying to, make this episode go on any longer, but
Did they go from, okay, did they go from like here and then a split second to there to like,
and another way as well, right? They go from being maybe 5,000 feet above sea level to being underwater in less than a second.
what, the fucking UFOs?
Yeah, explain that or argue against that.
How do
You
you know
can't,
what goes?
and I understand you. You can't because we don't have, technology out there, for
You got me in a fucking limb. I don't have any like fucking snapback questions. Snap back at you.
let's just put it like this.
Don't say that you're right. You're
We just don't have technology, right, that can change its course of drive like that. We just don't have that kind of technology yet.
when it was being filmed, right? When it was like getting captured, right? Was there a second that went off?
No, it was all the video was a one continuous roll.
Now, I'm just gonna say this, right? It may have been a fucking glitch.
Okay, I'm gonna respect that. Yeah.
Like, think about it. The fucking technology back then was shite.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you. The camera work back then and the camera quality, man, was fucking terrible, right? But you can't say that we have technology back from 2004 that we still do not have up to this day, right? That can go from this course of drive or whatever the fuck you call it to straight across. It's
Drones, drones. Explain that.
no, because when a drone goes,
A drone can go like.
you're after catching me there, right? Because I understand where you're coming from,
Mm-hmm.
but from the video taken back in 2004, I'm gonna just stick with UFOs are real.
Here, I'm gonna look up, and if I look this up, I might look very fucking dumb if I don't get the answer.
Right.
Was there ever drones in the 2000s? Yes,
Yes, there was drones back then.
drones existed and were used particularly by military forces in the 2000s and even earlier.
Yeah, which is true. Yeah, there was drones back
Uh-huh.
then.
So,
But
this
right,
thing that they might have captured was like a fucking little fucking, what was it? Like a little test where they were like, oh, something strange is going on here. It's a drone, but let's say it's a UFO to all the conspiracy theory guys out there, huh?
but I'll tell you this. Yeah, it was certified by not one but two presidents of the United States. One of them being Joe Biden, and another being Trump.
I don't believe anything that Trump says, but it's just a dig.
I've been a Trump supporter since 2016, since he's been elected for the first time. Trump, Trump
Which wasn't
for
good.
his agenda back in 2016 wasn't the greatest because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use my small loan of $1 million to build a wall to keep all the Mexicans out,"
He is.
and then that was just racism at its finest. But I think, I mean, do you want to talk about more, or should we end it here? I mean, we have 3 minutes left, so
Fuck it. We might as well just leave it.
yeah, we could just leave it for this
Yeah.
episode.
And
Right.
hopefully everyone got something for their mother for Mother's Day.
Yeah, I hope you all had a good Mother's Day.
Yeah. I got my mum she might be listening. Bailey's. Like little
Oh yeah,
Bailey like little
Bailey's
Bailey's
good.
fucking chocolates. I have
Bailey's
them
is
here
good.
actually. Only fucking see it. Only fucking €4.
That's good. That's
Not too
good.
bad.
Right, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. I thought it was very good. It's my first time using Zoom for a podcast, and I know it's going to turn out great.
Yeah,
Um,
it's very good.
some of the features on Zoom are fucking incredible. This isn't, a shout out to Zoom or anything because this
We're
isn't our
sponsored by
first time
Zoom.
using Zoom. You know, we could talk about another theory about a quarantine that made people nearly go insane. But that's for another.
What
That's
the
for
fuck?
another.
What the fuck is that? Is that COVID? Okay, we're not going to talk about it yet.
Right. I will talk to you guys in the next episode.
Next week we be back in the fucking podcast room.
Yeah,
So, and remember, this is out like every month.
yeah.
Okay,
Conspiracy.
a date. We're gonna put this like every last Saturday, every last Sunday,
Yeah.
every last Friday actually, right?
Okay.
Like we'll record and then every last Friday or the very first month we do
Yeah.
this. We film it Sunday, and then we do it. Then we put it out Friday,
Yeah.
like for the very first Friday of the
On
month.
the point. Yeah.
We could do that
Yeah.
for all of you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone had a great time watching. I guess we'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye. Okay guys, Martin and Serge here signing off for today. Love your company.
Do join us again, and at What's in There? Out.